Mr. Mark Dreamlane was considered a highly respected person in the city. He always had a fatherly attitude even to the servants. He was fair, kind, and wise, for which people around liked him very much. Therefore, when his wife's jewelry box was stolen, a real scandal erupted on his estate. And although Mark himself remained calm, all the servants were nervous because a criminal could be hiding among them. Mr. Dreamlane waited a long time for the thief to show up and confess, but after a while nothing happened, and he decided to take the matters into his own hands. In the evening, he called all the inhabitants of his mansion in a large hall, put 2 glasses of water on the table, and said, "Both containers are exactly the same, but only one glass contains clean spring water. And the other also has water, but with sand that I added. While it has settled at the bottom and is not visible, if I stir the water, the sediment will float up." Then he took a spoon and stirred the water in each glass one by one, and indeed there was a sediment in one of the glasses. Then Mr. Dreamlane added, "And if I don't remove the sand from the water now, even after I pour it out, the sediment will remain on the walls, and then it'll completely dry and stick to the cup." Likewise, lies will be hidden for a while somewhere deep inside in the heart of the one who committed the crime. But then after a little shake-up, if, for example, I finally arrange a search or call the gendarmes to investigate, this deception will still surface. And later, if that person isn't suddenly found, or if he doesn't repent, at least mentally, his conscience will torment him for the rest of his life. After all, if you don't wash off the lie in time, then it'll be almost impossible to do it as wiping off the ossified sand from an unwashed glass. The man looked around the people, held his glance briefly at each one of them, and left the hall smiling. People sat in silence for several minutes and then began to disperse, sighing and talking, and only one person was really hooked by the words. The next day, a young security boy named Bobby approached Mr. Dreamlane. He confessed that he had stolen the jewelry because his sick mother needed treatment. The Dreamlane spouses forgave him, and Mark even praised him for his courage because it is very difficult to confess to such a crime. He knew perfectly well who exactly committed the theft, but he wanted to check if the culprit confesses, and he wasn't disappointed. And Bobby realized that any lie will always be revealed. Even if deception doesn't get punished by people, it will continue to eat that person from the inside. Be honest with others and yourself, and don't be afraid to admit mistakes.